Lovely little post-credit scene of everyone just chilling, hanging out, having a great old time. Mm. No. Idling. Darkness at its core.
What is it?
What was that?
That roar. It can't be.
Did you hear that?
There's no time to spare.
Where is it coming from?
Dread tidings, chaos and carnage! It is an abomination! A primal has awakened!
Not just any primal. Chroma key. Your contrast is a little too rough, buddy. Makes it difficult to look at you.
Kaz, Bahamul, move.
Bahamut stirs. Pashtarat. Another Ascian.
One Azaz,
More
move.
Ascians.
Star.
As for the others ere long.
Franzad Lokpai ki had Haldorn Zur, Ukudorn.
It's not a question of whether Eosia's champion shall yield, but of when.
We next starve Chemuv.
And
The
with
only
each
calf
passing
that
moment
goes
we draw
right
closer
round.
to the reckoning. There's a lot of Ascians.
Alphapos.
To the one true God.
Akod Thasaya Zufo.
To Zodiac. And thus did dawn break on a realm reborn. But where there is light, there is always shadow. And we're back here and everyone gives us a lovely round of applause. Oh, yeah. And all the scions. Everyone's clapping except Yida, who's waving for some reason. Alpha and Memphilia, no clapping. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, bye Alpha now. Bye! The Archons have conducted a preliminary investigation into the origin of the roar that rang out during the celebration. Their findings strongly suggest that a new primal has appeared. The roar generated a distinctive wave pattern in the aether, a pattern observed only once before in history, 5 years ago to be precise. I should like to think it mere coincidence, yet we cannot discount that possibility. Well, I trust I need say no more. A great sacrifice we have delivered, Eorzea, from the threat posed by the Empire and the Primals, and thereby secured peace. We cannot well allow the realm to be plunged into chaos once more. You have given your all for the cause, risking life and limb on I know not how many occasions, yet our struggle continues, and we need you now no less than before. Please continue to stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm, of this very star. I get armor identification key and a Fantasia. So I can race change, and I can ride around with Maggie. Flying unlocked. That'll be useful. You can now fly while mounted in the Lanosia, Thanlan, and the Black Shroud, cover the Central Highlands and Mordona. To take flight, simply jump while mounted. Warrior of Light achievement. Mount speed in the Mist has increased. Mount speed in the Lavender Beds has increased. Mount speed in the Goblet has increased. Mount speed in Northern Thanland has increased. A recurring problem. That's the one with primals coming back again. The price of principles. We are now in a realm reborn post-main campaign. Deacon, it pleases me to see you well. Hi, Tataru. Do excuse me for interrupting, Deacon. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Eve. Ever since we defeated Gaius van Baelsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price, and some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavour to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tartaru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, and as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of an individual Eorzean. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, they might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. It's reasonable. I might as well grab this one while I'm here. More primals appearing. Boom, 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 bada, boom, boom, bada, boom. Then great. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Tegan. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Mincins sent word of the summoning of Titan. Then mayhaps you also recall my words to our host. I said unto I can never pronounce that. Merrill Wibben? I wonder I can't pronounce it properly. That her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded. That we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limpsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Laminsons to distort the facts, to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia, can we expect a similar reply? Our many dalliances with the city-state have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalumo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Ida. None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles... Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Uldar now, and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beast man, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. The recurring problem is the one where you loop through the primals into hard mode with all of them. Urianger. "'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dedicate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, nor while the beast tribes do labour unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunes so finite." So Urianger is on board with taking allegiance with something to get more stuff. I'm able to aid us further. Hi, Alphino. You're the one who's been funding us up till now, I think. The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organisation's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Tegan. Alphino? Tegan? Is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, at the signs of the seventh dawn, must leave Uldar. We must do what? So long as we remain within Uldan territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetheryte. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favours will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Uldar is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. More donor. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it also is frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Uldar and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Uldar is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built to start anew is that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much family as... That will be all, Alphino. Very well. I'm sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I cannot very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Personal affairs? I don't know. What are you meant to be doing that you're not doing? Moving on. Leave Uldar. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Deacon, pray attend to Alphino. He's engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. No problem. Take your time with it, Minfilia. I can't remember how long post A Realm Reborn is. Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumours. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Philomene was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Uldar. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only serves to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Philomene's absence stretched for months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumours have once again begun to circulate that Philomena is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Illand, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. Assuaged? I've already skipped off the word, but I'm pretty sure it said assuaged. I mean, to set forth for Lanosia at once. For Lanosia at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gigeruju as to the veracity of these rumours. Let's go find Memphilia's adopted mum. Which I never put two and two together that that's who she was, because I think I kind of skipped through a lot of this post-Stormblood story, or at least I haven't played it since I originally played it, which was a long time ago. Back in like 2011? Like 14 years ago, and I'm still playing this game. Yeah, there's a load of unlockables up here. Weaponsmith of Legend. Nothing like staring out of the sea to bring an old man back to his glory days. And good old times when this old life still lay ahead of him, and the greatest adventures were yet to come. Don't you know any better than sneak up on your orders like that, young'un? Oh, is this the guy who unlocks New Game Plus? Yep. Costa del Sol. I probably should actually do some of these random side quests. Kakaruchu. Run through the plants. Hi, Kakaruchu. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane. Deacon, what brings you to my humble resort? Philomena, you mean to tell me the godless-made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Uldar? Ye gads, woman, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff to the west, or wherever she said she was going. It's a tragedy. West, is it? West, is it? Thank you, Master Gigeruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are a number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineport and do the same. That I can, because I can now fly. Whee! Flying monkey! Flying monkey! Whoosh! Very silly. That's the fort. The fort is over the hill. Whoosh! There it is. And you just get to fly down at it. What are these? stamps is something that's quite important. They're quite fun. And there that's the leaves. Well, if it isn't Tegan, the saviour of Wineport, to what do I owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Shamani Lomani? Wait. But my blind friend is Shamani Lomani. Why is it sending me over here? Huh? You want to know if I've seen a Mikote lass by the name of Philomene? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course. Suspicious. Shamani Lomani. I see you have many grand adventures since we last spoke, Tegan. You must share them with me sometimes. The girl from a little while ago? One does not get a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher's Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you might yet find her there. Make haste I shall. Flying monkey, go! That's bridge number 1. Sweep through here. Bridge number 2 underneath. That one there. That's bridge number 2. Oh. Hi, Philomena. I'm in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Gaboo's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make perfume, you see, and I... Philomena? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Uldar, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say, Acelia, is looking for you. Acelia? You're the very picture of health, milady. Yet the world thinks you're dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is why? Not everyone who endeavours to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosura aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I travelled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associates prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? Well, my apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have that which we came for, we might continue this conversation in a safer locale. Wineport, say? Sure. Offer no parent trapping them. Go beyond, plus Lala. I am in the post-Iran Reborn story. Meaning I can now fly. Whee! Whee! Bonk. Hidden treasure. That's part of the treasure map quest. This is not at all how I had envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Healing ring. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I've kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Why is it flying now? Because I finished the base game of A Realm Reborn, so I can now fly in all the Realm Reborn areas. When mounted. So my monkey can now fly. Whew. Reporting, Minfilia. Antecedent. You have a guest. Lamine? I keep calling her Lamina. Acelia. Oh. I haven't seen her like this in years, Tegan. It's a lovely moment. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead. But what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endangers you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acelia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. A little bottle of perfume. Makes up for the amount of years I was away, right? Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If ever I lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Tegan, however. I could not have made it without her. Well, I just killed one Gaboo, it's fine. Thank you, Tegan. Thank you both. You're very welcome. There's something else. second present. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. She's also wearing another cat's eye around her neck. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Uldar. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamina who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud that I had found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamina as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. And why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Acelia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could ever have hoped. You've succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and at all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Acelia, daughter, you cannot stay here any more. You and the Scions must leave Uldar. Lamine, you built it once, Acelia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Yes. Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. Wow, he got his way. We shall establish a new headquarters at Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldessian. Preparations begin at once. Laying the foundations. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters antecedent. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps, I submit that you might concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. may I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. It is an honour, Antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions from Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Sires of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We would be honoured to welcome your organisation. There are, of course, certain provisions we must needs be negotiated. If it please you, I would do so. It does. Madam, unless I am much mistaken, you are the one known as Tegan, are you not? May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance? Slathborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking very few contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favour us with your presence again ere long. I mean, if these folks are moving there, then I will be there all the time. The amount of times I end up turning up to come out here as well. And by all the time, I mean for however long it takes me to finish the Realm Reborn post-story. Well, well, it would seem your reputation precedes you, Tegan. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have travelled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. And I think, given that it is just about to tick over to 10 o'clock, GMT, obviously. Oh, we've got a bit more cutscene. I'll finish this cutscene and then I might call the stream there. Me just sitting in the waking sands, reading a book on a desk that's way too high so that I can't actually read the pages. Ah, Tegan, were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. I need sleep. I've got work tomorrow. Unfortunately. You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. And our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defence and development of Revenant's Toll. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. Yay! New home! New home! A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Possibly poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Raoban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. You've already done this like 3 times. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. Let us affirm our identity, proclaim our achievements, and all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Well, obviously risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have the right to know who saved them. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal to them the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Great, I say, yet no greater than us. We will rise to them, as we have time and again, united as one. Yeah. Good speeches. There must be some way I can... Wait, that area is to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Philomene to teach me the basics of mining too. That's already lingered in the doorway for a very long time. Okay. So, run over here.